Hello, you guys. How are you? Welcome back to our channel. If we've never met before, I'm Crystal. I blog at crystalandcomp.com. And that is Kelli, my business partner, my co-blogging bestie, and she blogs at threeboysandadog.com.
Hey guys, together we are blogging mentors helping creators like you grow your platforms and build a business that you love. And today's topic is one that we know is on a lot of your minds.
Yes. So we've talked a lot about whether or not one of the biggest platforms out there is still worth your time. That's Instagram.
Yeah, that's right. We're digging into the big question. Is Instagram dead for bloggers? I mean, really the question should be, has it ever been alive for bloggers? IMO.
Yeah, it is something that you kind of have to have a different mindset about. So I know that this sounds dramatic, but if you're someone who's spending lots of hours on Instagram chasing likes and chasing engagement only to barely see any return on investment ROI on your blog, this one's for you. I want you to change your mindset, okay?
Yeah, so we're going to explore. In fact, today I just messaged my VA that runs my Instagram, was like, hey, minor change. So we're going to explore how Instagram has changed, why it might not be delivering the results that you're hoping for, and even share new ways to use it effectively in 2025.
Instagram, because we have an amazing aha moment for you that's coming up that might completely change the way that you think about Instagram as part of your blogging strategy. And I think that that's what's really important. We're not going to tell you what you think we're going to tell you. You're going to be very, very surprised. All right. So
first things first, why do bloggers even ask this question? Is Instagram dead? Like, what's fueling this conversation?
Right. I think a lot of it comes down to frustration. Instagram has become so oversaturated and so competitive. Then you have the algorithm that you're up against that's constantly changing. But honestly, every platform you're on, the algorithms are constantly changing. But it starts to feel impossible, and it feels even more impossible because you're not getting traffic from it, right? So, and then you may have numbers that are just vanity numbers, right? So maybe at one time Instagram brought you a certain type of result, and it's just not doing that anymore. It's just not what it used to be for you.
Right. Like you just said, the Instagram followers that we've worked so hard to cultivate aren't actually even clicking through to our blogs. It's like our audience is stuck under glass, right? They're engaging with you on Instagram, but they're not crossing that bridge. They're not opening the door or the glass window to actually go to your blog.
Right. So this actually brings us to the real issue. The real issue is, if Instagram isn't driving traffic to your blog, is it really worth your time? Is it even worth it anymore?
And that's really a great question. And to be honest, the short answer is, somebody is at my dad's front door. The short answer is, it depends. It really and truly depends. And I know that's a non-answer. So before we give away too much, let's start by looking at how Instagram has evolved.
Yes. Also, let us know where you're watching from. Drop us a comment and let us know what big metro city you're near or what state you're from. We love to know that. So Instagram, as we know, it started as this simple photo sharing app, right? And it's where we posted cute pictures. We added some captions. We would get likes. Initially, people were
that word art thing, that word art app that we used to do all the time. Mm-hmm. Remember it? That was fun.
And in the beginning, it really was people sharing pictures to share with their family. Like, they didn't want to be on Facebook, so they were on Instagram, right? But those days are long gone. Now Instagram is like a full-blown content ecosystem.
Yes.
That's what I want you to think about.
Yes. Between reels and stories and carousels and lives. Instagram has become so multi-layered. And because of how the platform prioritizes content now, It's really favoring entertainment and quick wins over long form, information driven content like blog posts.
Right. So it's no longer just about sharing, it's about keeping people on the platform as long as possible. But that's no different than Facebook. They
Everything
want people
else.
on the platform. Pinterest, they want people to stay on the platform.
TikTok.
This is no different, guys. That's why you see such a push for things like Reels and engagement inside the app, because they want people staying there.
Heck,
Instagram,
even Google wants people to stay in their search results. They don't even want them clicking anymore.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Instagram does not want people coming to them and then leaving to go to your blog. They want them scrolling for hours on Instagram. So how do we do that?
So for bloggers, obviously, this creates a huge challenge. It's not that Instagram is dead. It's that it's not designed to drive traffic anymore. I mean, is anything? Right. So we have to think differently about how we use it and all of the other platforms that are designed to keep people there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we hinted at this earlier, but here's the hard truth. Instagram is not a traffic powerhouse for bloggers like it was at one time, okay? And we hear this from bloggers all the time. They say things, and remember, we coach a lot of people, a lot of top bloggers in this space, and we've coached some top Instagrammers in this space. And we hear from them, I pour hours and hours into my Instagram, and it barely moves the needle for my website traffic, or I pour tons and tons and tons of hours into Instagram and it's like a full-time job, only for it not to send traffic to my site. And the only way to make money off of it is from sponsorships. We hear those things a lot. Okay.
Yeah. And it's because the algorithm is constantly changing to work against that goal. Yeah. Even if you have a loyal audience on Instagram, the platform makes it hard to get those followers to your blog without jumping through hoops. Links are buried in your bio or in stories. It's definitely not seamless.
Exactly. Compare that to platforms like Pinterest or even Google, where users are actively searching for information, and a lot of times they are ready to click through. Like, yes, Pinterest wants to keep people on Pinterest, but people know, but the behavior of the consumer is when they find the recipe, they do click through. They may not stay forever. They may not be the most engaged person once they're on your site. They may go back to Pinterest, but at least you can get them to your site. Where Instagram, it's built different. Okay. It's completely built different.
Yeah.
So,
but here's the thing. It's not all bad news, guys. Instagram can still be incredibly valuable for bloggers. I mean, everything new that I buy because of Instagram, okay? It's just in a different way than it used to be.
And that is what brings us to our
aha moment. All right, guys, here's the big takeaway about Instagram. It's not dead for bloggers, but it's no longer the traffic driving machine that we've hoped for.
Right. I want you to have a mind shift change. And I want you to realize that Instagram is a platform where you're going to be building personal connections with people. Think of it as your relationship builder, the place where you nurture trust and authenticity with your audience. It's like a little mini micro YouTube channel, a little mini micro blog. Okay.
Yeah,
think of it.
Yeah. It's where your followers get to know the face behind the blog. It's where they get to see your behind the scenes, your personality, your quirks. That connection builds loyalty, and that loyalty, it turns casual readers into raving fans of your blog. And I want to say something real quick, because this is so valuable right now. I have a 20-year-old that works at a tanning place, a tanning salon, okay? And it's like spray tans and, all the things, different level beds and all the science of it. And they just had a meeting. And so she's sitting here telling me about their meeting and how much she's loving this and that she might want to do sales and all this stuff. She says so much. They're telling us to build a relationship, to make a connection with the people that come in. And I'm like, yes, girl. I'm so glad you're learning that. What took me and Crystal a very long time to learn back when we first began blogging, right? It's about building the connection. And where else can you do that more easily than on Instagram?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. When you approach Instagram with that mindset, the pressure to use it strictly as a traffic driver starts to melt away. It's about engaging with your audience, not just funneling them to your site. I can't say it enough. I want to say it again. It is its own ecosystem. You need to really start thinking about that. Okay. All right. So what do they do?
So how do we as bloggers leverage Instagram now that we know its true strength? Here are our top tips. Here we go, Crystal.
Yep, we have 5 tips to share with you. Tip number 1, focus on building relationships. That's what we just said. So host Q&A sessions in your stories, respond to DMs, engage with your followers' content, make it personal. Find the places where they are hanging out and go hang out in those places on Instagram as well. Be present there. Let them see you there. Okay. Tip number 2, Kelli.
Numero dos, use micro content to drive value. Reels, carousel posts, short stories. They can create bite-sized moments of value for your audience, even if they're not clicking through to your blog yet.
And tip number 3, get strategic with your call to actions. Instead of constantly asking people to visit your blog, think about connecting them to things that deepen your relationship with them, like follow your newsletter, join your community group. Make sure that you watched my video over on YouTube to get all the details. Like, think of it as a bigger picture. Okay. Number 4,
Right?
Kelli.
And use Instagram to really test your content ideas so that you can pay attention to what topics get the most interaction and use that data to shape your future data dives in your search console so that you can plan out your editorial calendar with things that really resonate with your audience. It's like having a built-in focus group.
Yep. And number 5, remember the long game. Focus on the relationships and exposure that you're building now, knowing that they're going to pay off over time. Loyal readers are what you're going to get, and people that trust you and will eventually be customers of yours for the products that you sell, for the affiliates that you're working with, for the sponsorships that you're working with. Fill in the blank. Okay. All right. So we want to hear from you. Do you think that Instagram is still worth using as a blogger? And what has your experience been? Share your wins, share your struggles with us. Let us know. Drop a comment below. We want to hear your thoughts because you have great things to share about Instagram as well.
Yeah. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest blogging tips and strategies.
Yes. And thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. Remember that Instagram is a tool. Okay. It's a tool. It's one of the tools in your tool belt, but it's not the whole story. Use it wisely, be intentional and deliberate with it, build those connections and keep creating amazing content. All right. We'll see you in the next video. Remember, we go live every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Central right here on YouTube. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.